Hey everybody, it's Jazzy the Video Store Sasquatch here, and I'm doing a Monday morning review. I went and saw Homestead, directed by Ben Smallbone, starring Don Olivieri as Jenna Ross, Neil McDonough as Ian Ross, Bailey Chase as Jeff Erickson, and Jesse Hutch as Evan Lee. Amid chaos, ex-Green Beret joins Prepper Compound, Love Grows, Truth Arises, and a community unites. This is also a novel series. I forgot the name of it, but it is a novel series and turned into a movie that is actually like a TV series or something. According to the end, I didn't really catch that part very much. I should have went to the QR code to see what it is. If not, we're definitely gonna have a 2 or 3 or 2 and 3 Homestead for sure. The way this ends. Um, I was gonna go see The Damned and had nightmares about how bad Nosferatu was, and so I pivoted out and I went to Homestead instead. This movie came out last year. There's no new movies this week, so it's not like there would have been 2025 release yet. I think the first official 2025 release is January 17th. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they do that because of the award shows and all this stuff. They get those movies in here at the end of the year, and that's kind of where we're at. We're kind of in a stalemate of what's coming out and what's not. I'm inside. My stuff is usually set up outside, so that's why you get the background here instead of the normal background. I'm on my couch instead of on my chair. It is cold, a little too cold to try and do this. When you go outside and breathe, it's like going into a pool with cold water where you just really can't take a full breath, so it's kind of hard to talk and explain what you're going to go through while you're doing this. That's why I'm here. So we got those kind of two pieces done. Now let's go to this movie. This is a faith-based entertainment movie. Angel Studios. Um, Two pretty good movies in the last couple of years that actually came from the studio. I mean, there's more than two that came from the studio, but two pretty good ones that you can name off the head. And that hot Run, Hide, and Fight, and the Sounds of Freedom, the one last year with Jim Caviezel. Um, they made a big deal in the marketing about Neil McDonough and how he is Catholic, I believe, and how his religious beliefs have kind of hindered his career because he is married and he refuses to do scenes with another wife, like kissing and other stuff. So it has kind of hindered him. I remember him trying to talking about it when he was in Justified nationally. He kind of said that kind of why I always play a bad guy because you never want to see the bad guy with a girl, anyways. And if she is gonna have a girl, he's always just gonna have her on his side. You're never really gonna see anything bloom out of it. That's why he does that. It was an interesting movie. Attack happens on LA through a dirty bomb or a nuclear explosive, and then all of a sudden the world kind of comes to an end, or at least not like comes to an end, but we're not really sure what's going on the outside of this compound, but we know what's going on the inside of the compound. And on the inside of the compound, there's a lot of questions about how they're going to survive. What's the best way and what's the best tactic for them? Is it to be more militarized, to be less like accommodating towards people, especially since there is open land and the back part of the property where people could go through, and it kind of causes conflict through that. It wasn't the worst movie in the world. It's a PG-13 action movie. I feel about the same way with PG-13 action movies as I do about PG-13 horror movies. I think that when you're doing movies like this, there is something for the blood. There is something for the real language. Even if you can be clean, like I barely noticed like that part of it, but the blood, the action, and stuff like that, it has to be more like realistic, and you kind of lose some of that with this kind of lower rating here. Um, a great presentation though. Um, Writing and directing is pretty good actually. It kind of got a low score on IMDb, which is surprising. It was like 5.1. I believe that is the politics of both ends. So I think for Y2K we had one side going against it. For this one, we have the other side going against it because it is more faith based. There is more um, self perseverance and stuff like this. Stuff like that you just don't really see in a lot of other on the other sides kind of movies that lean hard like that, especially the progressive side. Trying not to like pick on people here, because I'm not trying to put that to the why I made this movie what it is. I honestly think it's like a C minus movie. Um, I think 5 is a little low. I think because that is almost failing. I think that there are a lot worse movies out there. But this one just it kind of it has a lot of good stuff in it, and then it kind of goes way overboard with Christianity at the end, for me at least. And then it's like, well, we're just gonna bet on faith, and that's what's going on. And like I said, then another thing that kind of threw me off was the ending of it, where Jesse Hutch goes on to the screen, who plays Evan Lee in this movie, and tells you that there's a QR code to where I could send money to that someone else could watch this movie. And there's like this is actually a series, and this is the first 2 episodes or something. I don't know. Maybe I read that online, that part online, but there's a lot of confusing parts of it because there's definitely more to it because we got a whole trailer at the end of this movie for the next movie or the next parts of what's coming on. So that is a little confusing. Um, I think I read like on a couple of records. I was just kind of going through reviews, and this movie's been out for about a month now, almost like 3 weeks at least. And I was just kind of like reading what people are saying. Someone's like, "This is propaganda," blah blah blah. I don't think it's propaganda. I think that it is on par with the other Christianity or the other faith-based entertainment movies I've seen, to where there is a strong Christian message throughout the movie, and it kind of deviates from there. Um, yeah, I mean, if you're looking for an action movie, I'd probably. If you're looking for like a straight action movie, I'd probably pass on this one. If you're looking for kind of an interesting story with a little action in it, maybe choose this. Like maybe if Civil War wasn't exactly what you thought it was going to be, this movie would probably be good for that fit. So if you kind of there, that's kind of where it's at. Yeah, I mean, I recommend it. I definitely do recommend it. I think that these movies are good. I kind of I kind of gave it a bad connotation when I said faith based, or it seemed like I was giving it a bad connotation. I didn't mean, and I'm not meaning to, because the reason why it is like a C minus, or it's kind of like below average, has nothing to really do with the faith based aspects of it. It's kind of a little slow here and there. It's um, kind of like mixed messages too, and mixed messaging, and I would have liked to know what's going on outside of this homestead. So I mean, I'm sure if there's another um, parts to it that we will find out what's going on, and maybe I'll like it even more after that, just because I want to know. I'm a curious person about that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, I mean, eventually, I guarantee I bet it's gonna be on Hulu. That's where it's gonna end up, or Prime for sure. So if you guys don't want to wait until they're streaming, it has to be no. I bet it doesn't because it's gonna be part of the one deal. Sorry, I'm wrong there. It's gonna be part of the Daily Wire deal. So if you kind of like the Daily Wire stuff, you're definitely gonna like this movie. So go ahead and subscribe to it. Find it, watch it. You'll like the Run, Hide, Fight, and the other one too. If you're kind of like on the fence about Daily Wire, or you're kind of like on the fence about faith-based entertainment, I'd probably just skip this one. It's kind of, it's not. I don't think this is gonna be one of those important movies where like we're gonna remember it in a year from now. We're not gonna be talking about it. No one's gonna be talking about it. So that's just what I thought here, guys. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and have a good rest of your day or night. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Comment your top movie picks for Throwback Thursday in the comments section. And see you next time in the cave.